Now, answering your questions about the law and legal issues. This is Legal Break with attorney Gary Bruce.
Hello there and welcome. And welcome, Gary.
Good morning. Good to be here.
Yes,
Thank you.
Absolutely. Good to see you. So, we have a question today. Let's pull it up. Gary, can you plead the fifth in a civil case?
Yeah, you know, we've been hearing a lot about this issue with regard to our former president who was had a deposition set. So, what is the Fifth Amendment? I think that's where we start. You know, it's the Fifth Amendment to the Constitution, and there's a lot more to it than just self-incrimination. So it has to do with due process, it has to do with grand juries, it gives the right for eminent domain and getting fair value if the government does take something from you. So there's a lot to it, and part of it then is self-incrimination. You don't have any obligation to testify. The government has the burden of proof in a criminal case to prove that you are guilty, and the fact that you don't say anything can't be used against you in a criminal case. So that's what that's about. It relates to criminal cases. Can you use it in a civil case? Yes, because that testimony is sworn. So I'm a civil lawyer. We take depositions all the time. This is what we do. We do it. There aren't really many surprises at trial. And we get information early on. So you take testimony. People are sometimes reluctant to give me answers, and they'll plead the fifth in a civil case, just as the president did in this administrative or procedure that's in New York. And in doing so, that keeps them from having to admit something in sworn testimony that might be used against them in the criminal case, because sometimes cases have a criminal element, whether it's DUI, whether it's an assault, whether it's something that happens that gives rise to the injury, frankly, that we're dealing with. But so people raise it, but that doesn't mean that we can't infer things in a civil case. It's a completely different situation. So, is it?
Yeah. How does that work? The difference between them.
You can't infer guilt in a criminal case, but you certainly can in a civil case. You don't want to talk about it? Fine. Why don't you want to talk about it? Oh, you're afraid you're going to say something that's incriminating. Well, in a civil case, that's okay. I get to infer what I want from that, and usually it means there's something there. So you can have. I love this saying, but I'll say it. You can have anything. You just can't have everything necessarily, and so you can use it in a criminal case, but that is not what it was intended to protect.
All right. Very good. Thank you, Gary. We'll see you on the next Legal Break.